Team, what if I was to tell you that your ability to take focused action towards anything you want in your life just comes down to one simple word: willpower. But here's the thing that most of us don't realize is that our willpower is actually limited. And the later the day goes on, the less willpower we have. So if we're not using this battery that we have inside of us of willpower strategically on a daily basis, there's no way we can actually accomplish the goals that matter something to us. What's up, team, and welcome to another Psychology Lab fitness episode. Today, we're going to talk about something that I think a lot of us want to have more in our lives of, and know that it's one of these secret ingredients for us to get to that next level, particularly when we're dealing with crazy instances like we are in this day and age of Corona. And what I want to talk about today is willpower. Willpower, our ability to basically do what we say we want to do when we say we want to do it. Now, willpower is something that most of us don't have a full understanding of, and definitely wish we had more of it in our lives. And so today what I'm going to cover is like how you can look at this thing from a bigger picture so you can really understand it. And then once you understand it, you know how you can act in accordance with it. So the best way I think about our willpower is like a cell phone battery. So as you know, cell phone batteries, they only have a limited lifespan, right? And typically the later in the day it gets, the less cell phone battery we have, so the less likely we are to be able to call on our phone to do things. And so the cell phone battery is also finite, just like our willpower. So our willpower and our cell phone battery are very similar in this way. So one, when I say finite, it means you only have a certain amount of willpower. So this is why, you know, as we get tired, as our day goes on, the more stressed we get, the less willpower we have, the more likely we are to say something bad to someone we love, the more likely we are to eat something we know we shouldn't have, the less likely we are to do the things that we know we should be doing. And that's what we're gonna be talking about in a little bit, about the things we know we should be doing on a daily basis to take care of ourselves. So this willpower cell phone battery, why is this important? This analogy we're talking about, because as your day goes on, your willpower gets less and less and less and less. Why? You have less energy. You typically have been using a lot of your willpower throughout the day for making certain decisions, and you're just getting tired. So that ends up happening, and the stress is usually building up. If you're like us, like the rest of us high performers, when you're just trying to push and push and push and push, your stress levels go up and up and up and up. So you only have a certain amount of decisions you could actually make throughout a day. And now what this is basically allowing us to do is knowing that our best decisions need to be made earlier in the day, or we need to limit the amount of decisions that we need to make. This allows our willpower not to be drained. So you think of people like Steve Jobs, why he wore a black friggin' turtleneck all day, every day. Steve Jobs made a very conscious decision that he was only gonna wear a black turtleneck and blue jeans, and that's all he wore. That was his complete wardrobe. Why did he say this? Because he knew that his willpower was limited, his decision-making ability was limited, and he didn't want to waste time on making a decision of what to wear, knowing that that's going to drain his willpower, that's going to drain his decision-making abilities. Barack Obama did the same thing. One of my mentors, a neuroscience mentor, worked for the Obama administration, and one of the things that Obama said, he said when he first came in, he got his whole kitchen staff, he said, listen, I do not want to be asked at all what I'm going to be eating at any point during the day. I don't have the time to make this decision. We're making way too bigger decisions on a daily basis that are going to affect the world. I don't want to be asked what I'm going to be eating. He knew, again, decision fatigue would exist and his willpower was only limited. He also did this with his clothes, a la Steve Jobs as well, where he would only wear a blue and a gray suit every once in a while, blue suit most of the time. Mark Zuckerberg does this with his white t-shirt as well. So you're looking at some of the most successful, brilliant minds in our times are making this simple decision about what they wear. So why? Because they knew decision fatigue was real. They wanted to make the best use of the decisions that they had in that day and the willpower they were able to exercise. They knew that their cell phone battery would get drained as the day goes on and as their stress levels went up. So what does this mean to us today? We want to focus on things that are good for us and do more of those and do less of the things that are bad for us. So less of the things that are not going to get us to a place where our brain, our body, and our breath are aligned and one and working towards the same goal. Now, we had this post on our social media and our stories yesterday, and it's going to be in our feed as well as to accompany this little video that we're making to this episode. So what can you do more of during times like this, when stress is high, when there's a lot of craziness, a lot of uncertainty? I want you to be focusing your decision-making processes on these things. Drinking more water. Super simple. Your body is 70+% water. You need more of it. You need to be able to flush out your digestive system, and your respiratory system, your immune system is really good for it. Sunlight, vitamin D. Oh my gosh. 20 minutes a day. Unexposed. Ideally, that means your arms and your face and neck are completely exposed with no sunblock on. You need vitamin D to be produced by the sun, or you can supplement it, which is what I do in the winter because I live in New York and we don't get the sun in the winter. Personal hygiene. Yes. Brush your teeth twice a day. Wash your face. Wash your hands during this crazy time. Make sure you're doing the things that you know you need to do for your personal hygiene. Eating lots of fruits and vegetables. Yes, I'm not saying be plant-based. I'm not plant-based and I don't necessarily believe in that, but you should be eating a lot of fruits and vegetables as part of your diet. Your body understands what to do with these things because it's been processing them for hundreds of thousands of years. Supplements. During times like this, when you need to have your immune system super high, you want to make sure you're taking supplements C, D, and a B complex. B complex is basically the 8 essential B vitamins, 1 through 7 plus B12 that you want to have. Again, boost your immune system. Exercise. Oh my gosh, make sure you're getting some kind of movement practice in. Just because you guys are maybe indoors or you don't have access to a gym, you can still be exercising, and a lot of the stuff that we're putting out there gets you the ability to do that. How do I know that? Because this is what I'm doing right now. I'm having exercise indoors, and I'm also developing all these new programs for you guys. Make sure you check out our PSYFI tools, psychology, fitness tools, fitness link on our website for literally hundreds of videos that you can do for exercise. And lastly, something we talked about the other day is focusing on what you can control, because what you can't control is a decision process that you have no ability to use. If you can't control something, why use decision making to that? Why use your limited cell phone battery for that thing? You can't control it, so let it go. So focus on what you can control. Doing these things I just said: water, sunlight, personal hygiene, fruits and vegetables, supplements, exercise. Taking care of your physical, mental, and emotional health is key, and that's why we're doing this for you guys. So, what are the things you should not be doing, and make a conscious decision not to do? Alcohol and drugs are not a great thing for you right now. In most of your stressful situations, maybe it's okay to have a drink every now and then if you want to just like relax. I'm totally for that. Recreational drugs, that you're on your own for. Just be really careful when you're doing this stuff, because you don't want to become reliant on these things in order to be able to de-stress or detoxify. Sugar, it's terrible for you. It's just like cocaine for the brain. It's not something that's good for your body. There's nothing good about sugar other than the way it tastes. Make a conscious decision. Do not eat sugar, guys. Watching the news. Holy crap, there's so much terrible stuff in the news right now. Be careful what you ingest. Just like the food that we eat, what we take in through our eyes and our ears is just as important for our diet. Don't be panic, fearing, and stressing. Again, going back to our episode, we talked about what you can and cannot control. If you understand this concept, and if you don't, ask me. I'd be more than happy to explain it again. Don't focus on that. Be careful what your social media scrolling. Holy cow, this is a really big one. Do not be scrolling, just scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. It's not good for you, and it's not good for your brain. Go out and read a book. Read something good for you. I like this one right here. Thich Nhat Hanh, right there. How to Love. And last, focus on what you can control, team. The more you focus on what you can control, the more control you're gonna have in your life, the less anxiety you're gonna have, the less hopelessness, the less worry, and the more confidence, the more motivation, the more hope that you're going to have that you can do anything.